Hello, I'm Dr. Tatiana, ALI's co-founder and Director of International Operations. 12 years ago, ALIs embarked on a mission to help as many orphans as possible. We began working in just one orphanage in Voronezh, Russia, and packing a few boxes at a time in Chris Bergen's garage. In August 2023, we touched the lives of over 18,000 children, visited over 200 orphanages in 39 countries around the world. And now we ship dozens of boxes of humanitarian aid every month. While these numbers are incredible to think about, what's really amazing is how many lives can be changed by regular people like you. I want to share with you a few stories that illustrate the impact that your time, your money, your prayers can have on thousands of children all over the world. Dilia's childhood in Russia was full of tragedy, but she is living proof that no child is beyond saving, and that the type of work ALIs does can have a lasting impact on the lives of the least fortunate. Dilia endured a traumatic childhood living with alcoholic parents. When she was just 8 months old, her mother came home drunk. To stop Dilia from crying, she poured boiling water over her. The water left scars on Dilia's hands, neck and face, some of which can still be seen today. The physical abuse became so severe that one day, in front of other children, Dilia's youngest brother, only a few months old, died at the hands of his father. Only then were Dilia and her other brothers taken away and placed in an orphanage. That was where Dilia met a group of volunteers from the local church, not unlike our volunteers, who began to teach her about God. It was in that orphanage with those volunteers that Dilia began to learn what it meant to truly be loved. When she was 18, while getting a college degree in psychology, Dilia met a wonderful young man at her local church, and soon they were married. She also heard about the ALI's programs at church and began visiting at orphanage as an ALI's volunteer. Dilia knows what it means to orphans to have someone come and visit with them and ask how they are and play games with them and tell them that someone loves them. She has done that for 8 years now. Today, Dilia is 26. She completed her bachelor's degree and she is a loving mom of a 2-year-old son, Samuel. I'm so proud of her and grateful to have her as an ALI's mentor. Through her own experience, Dilia learned what it can mean to an orphan to have someone there to teach them about love and about God. It's the same thing another girl, Joan, in Sierra Leone, learned from a group of ALI's volunteers. Joan is a 13-year-old orphan girl living in an area where ALIs recently began working. She tragically lost both of her parents and had no choice but to live with an uncle who exploited her vulnerability. She was forced to share a bed with him, and he gave her cruel ultimatums if she refused. Fearing for her safety, Joan sought refuge with neighbors. But they exploited her as well, forcing her to work and offering nothing in return. She lost all faith in any hope for a better future. Then Joan's life began to change when she started the ALI's mentoring program. Gradually, she found solace and strength through the support of our volunteers. The message the ALI's mentors shared resonated deeply with her and gave her relief from her pain. Perhaps most importantly, she learned for the first time how to pray. According to Joan, now she prays multiple times a day, and those prayers have given her hope. In the midst of darkness, she found a path to renewal through the support and compassion she received from our volunteers. And through continued work with our volunteers, orphan children can eventually find themselves living fulfilling and meaningful lives. That's what happened with Eugene in Ukraine. Eugene is 16 years old and grew up in an orphanage that our local ALI's team visits regularly. Eugene was always getting into some kind of trouble, but our volunteers made sure to talk to him and guide him, as well as providing things he needed, like new sneakers, backpacks, and clothing that had been shipped from right here in Texas. Before the war started, Eugene's mother was finally able to provide him with a stable home, and he left the orphanage. During the war, our local leader Sergei kept in touch with Eugene. He continues to offer guidance and support even as Eugene's city had been devastated by a number of attacks. Once, while talking with Sergei, Eugene shared that the principles he learned from the Allies team had helped him to avoid smoking and drinking, a habit that young men in his area usually pick up around 15 years old. Eugene strives to be an honest and decent young man. He is reading a book about success that Sergei gave him, and he is looking for a job. Eugene is grateful for the Allies family in his life. He now serves his community, like the Allies served him, by volunteering to help clear debris and ruins from the war. The stories of these children's journeys, from facing early life challenges to achieving academic and spiritual success, are testaments to the transformative power of support, mentorship, and love. Their stories not only underscore the vital role that Allies plays in empowering young individuals, but also serve as an inspiration to all, proving that with dedication and the right guidance, one can overcome adversity and achieve more than they might have possibly imagined. These are just a few of the stories we hear every day in reports from our area leaders. If you're a supporter, we cannot say thank you enough for turning our mission into a reality. You are the ones making it possible to provide our mentoring and tutoring programs, ship hundreds of boxes of in-kind donations, send kids to camp, and even share the gospel. To anyone who has ever given money or material goods, volunteered their time, or prayed for these children, we cannot express our gratitude sufficiently. But there are always more children who could benefit from Allies mentoring program. And whether you are a long-time supporter or hearing about Allies for the first time, we hope you will consider what you can do to help build on what we started in that one orphanage 12 years ago. Thank you so much.